Hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Fat Ninja Game Talk Radio. And of course, I'm Fat Ninja, and of course, I have my cohorts in crime with me. We got Obi-Wan Jabroni, the gaming grognard. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. It's got a lot cooler over here, so that's more tolerable for the weather factor. So yeah, I hope
Right
everyone
on,
else is okay.
right on, right on. All right, and we got my brother from another mother, the POW ambassador, Pook Ninja. What's up, brother?
I'm here. Someone bring me a cigar and a six-pack of beer because it's Friday night, baby!
Right on, right on. And we got our sarcasm specialist, the Riv, the one who rips people new ones, even though they really don't want it ripped. But if they say something crazy, he's gonna give them the business. What's up, Riv? How you doing, brother?
Hey, so I don't know why my camera's not working, but I am here. I promise y'all. My ugly face just happened to break my webcam today. I don't really know what's going on, but I am here. And
Oh,
since
man.
last time y'all didn't hear the rant, I've got extra venom coming later.
Oh,
So
okay. All right, right on, right on. And of course, last but definitely not least, we got our indie wrestling aficionado, PK Punk. What's up, brother? How you doing today?
I'm awesome. Finally Friday. Looking forward to this show. And then tomorrow I get to go see a wrestling show for the first time in a few weeks that was going to feature Pac defending the AEW All Atlantic Championship on it. So that'll do me.
Nice.
Nice, nice. Good, 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 good. Let me see. We got some from the chat here. Uh, my son says, "Oh my God, I can't wait. The show's gonna start." Ah! And Ariel says, "Hey, hey, greetings from under the sea." All right. Well, got to get a scuba tank next time I
Real,
talk to
old
Ariel.
Charlie Tuna over there at Ariel's Pervy Perspectives. So
Yeah, if you want some chaotic nonsense and tips on how not a relationship should work, you go over and check her out. Sorry, Ariel. I love you, but I had to poke at you a little bit. I love you. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about real quick about one of our good friends, Brandon, the Black Ghost. Unfortunately, he's got COVID, and so we all want to wish him a speedy recovery. And people out in chat, if you want to send some prayers and positive energy his way, so he can make a speedy recovery, we would definitely appreciate it because he's been a
yes.
long time friend of the show, and a nerdy black man like myself. So it's a little bit personal because I had COVID myself, and it was not a fun thing. That shit does kill people. If anybody thinks anything otherwise, they're fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's
So
real. It's scary actually. I mean, it's not good.
definitely, definitely. All right, yeah. So speedy recovery to Black Ghost.
Get us soon, buddy.
Uh, yeah. Another comment from the chat. Ariel, everything's down better where it's wetter. Oh man.
So the tone's getting lowered. So we're like 3 minutes in. So on track.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
getting there.
yeah. It don't stay on rails for too long when all of us are involved. That's all good. So let's go into what we've been playing. PK, I'll start with you on this one. What you been playing so far, man?
Since Monday, I've only really been playing two games. That Hot Wheels expansion more for Forza Horizon 5, which is an absolute blast. I'm really enjoying that. And As Dusk Falls, the new adventure game by a lot of the Quantic Dream developers who finally got away from David Cage and the horrible working environments over there. And
Right.
I've made a really cool adventure game. I'm only on chapter 3. I've not had a lot of time to play it, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And I can see myself playing this one through a few times to try and see all the paths and try and get all the achievements.
Nice, nice, cool. All right, Puka, throw it over to you. What you've been playing? Anything
I've
different?
also been playing As Dusk Falls. I actually did beat it for the first time, but you have to play through probably at least 2 or 3 times at least to get all the different scenarios that happens and stuff. Because like the choices you pick like could get someone killed and different things happen, and depending on what you pick, a different outcome will happen. It's kind of like like a Telltale game or a virtual visual novel type game.
Yeah.
So I actually finished it last night, and I'm gonna play through it again probably in a couple weeks. So I've been playing that and more of the Doom mod that I've been streaming, and I'm gonna start playing Oxide Room 104 probably tonight, and I might stream that as well.
All right. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Obi, go ahead and kick it over to you. Have you been playing anything different lately, sir?
Just a couple of things. So the other day I played this game called Final Vendetta. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up from. It's kind of like Final Fight. Kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of up your alley, Pook. I only played the first level though, because I had to go do something. But yeah, that game is cool. It seems kind of I don't know the right word, but it seems kind of stiff. It's not like Streets of Rage, doesn't flow, but yeah, music's great. The music is fantastic in that game. The other game, me and you was talking about it the other day, Ninja. I jumped on Street Fighter 4 just randomly, just to see if anyone's playing that game. But yes, people are still playing that game. Found a couple of lobbies, which was kind of surprising that game's still online because it came out in 2008. So yeah, really weird that it's still online. You still can get games in. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Not a lot.
Cool. Okay. And the Riv, what have you been playing?
Yeah, so I picked up Stray earlier this week just because I wanted to see what all the commotion was about, and it's weird, but it's fun. It's kind of its own little thing. I mean, it's unique. I'll give it that. I've got some complaints, which I'll probably get to somewhere later in this stream. But other than that, I mean, I like the concept. I like the fact that it's something different. I like the fact that it's a little bit of platformer, a little bit of puzzle, but it's from a unique perspective. And yeah, I think there's a game that I also think if you got a chick who's not really big on games, this is one of those games that you could ease her into gaming a little bit. Because I mean, what girl doesn't like cats? They all love cats. So
right,
yeah,
it's the gateway drug.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is a gateway drug game. It definitely is. But I'm really pleasantly surprised by the presentation, at least. You know.
Cool.
And that game is on PlayStation Plus. If anyone has PlayStation Plus, it is on. It requires a certain tier. I don't know which one because PlayStation have changed the tiers recently. So I think it's premium. I think you have to be premium. I don't even know at this point. But it is on PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
I know it's discounted as well, even if you're not. I think it's £25 on the UK one, so probably about $30 on the US side of things.
Okay. Yeah, just about.
Going to the chat, we got the PWO Elite. Sir Joseph Pesci is in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for coming out and showing some support, bro. I definitely appreciate you, man.
What's up, Pesci? PWO for life, brother.
Yes, for life.
For life. Just like the wife. For life.
Right. All right, and we got our resident PWO troll. We got Surf Vap Ninja Gamer. Hello, fellow ninjas and gamers. What's going on? Surf Vap is he's a pretty cool troll. He doesn't go too out of bounds, not all the time. I mean, sometimes he gets a little outrageous, but he does it mostly, I think, for fun and entertainment. So I definitely appreciate you coming out, chilling, and hopefully roasting some of us, and having some chaos ensue. So thank you for coming out. And we also got CM Punk. No, CM Grape Ninja is in the house. All right.
Sir Vap and Gonzo, what's up, guys?
Yeah, that's our boy Gonzo from the PWO. Also, thank you, brother, for coming on out and supporting us. Also, truly appreciate it. Like we all do with every person. We don't care if it's 1 like, 1 subscribe, 1 minute of viewing. We don't give a fuck. We just appreciate the love and support that we get for us crazy motherfuckers doing this show. And Sir Pesci's like, it's game night. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Pesci is a heavy streamer of games. The dude, he must be a vampire because he rarely ever sleeps. I think he drinks bloods from newborn babies to keep his strength up to play games for and stream for 11 hours and shit. So yeah, if you're not watching us, go over there and watch him, and you'll you'll definitely have a good time with all the chaos that ensues over there.
Oh yeah.
So so once again, yeah, thank y'all for coming out and supporting. Okay, so now let's move on. Well, I will save that one topic to later. We're going to just jump in right into it because everybody here heard about it. Everybody's talking about it. Vince McMahon has retired. Um, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but this is something big. It's definitely going to change the landscape of the wrestling community. So, Obi, I can just see him, even though his camera is not on. I can see him itching like a crackhead ready to get at this. So, Obi, what do you think about this? Like, what's your take on it?
Well, it's been a long time coming, hasn't it? I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know. I'm in the middle because it's like he's been coming out, and I don't know. I know there's been a lot of controversy, and he's been coming out onto. He's been no selling it basically. But I don't know. It's kind of like he created this whole thing, and you know what I mean. He gave us wrestling as what it is. Will it improve? I don't know. Stephanie's the CEO, a lot as well as what's he called? Nick Khan, I
Nick
think.
Khan, yeah, co-CEOs.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really strange how. But this literally happened. What? This happened today at 4:05 exactly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Eastern
like
time.
4 o'clock Eastern, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, which was like 9 p.m. our time. And I was shocked at first, actually. When I first see it, I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." But yeah, I'm good. SmackDown's going to be weird tonight because apparently Brock Lesnar. Well, it's not even apparently. Well, Brock Lesnar has walked out. He's not happy about it. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe he's thinking, "Well, I'm not going to get paid as much anymore." And maybe he had a kosher deal or something with Vince, right? But yeah, hopefully wrestling improves. Is my initial thought on it right now.
Mhm.
But I'm in the middle.
Yeah. Okay, Pook, what do you think? What's your take on it?
I mean, honestly, I thought Vince McMahon would stay until he died. I thought they'd be carrying his dead carcass out of the Titan Towers for real. I
Right,
really
right.
did. I'm shocked about it. I mean, the only thing I can think of is because of everything going on with them and the women and the payouts and stuff that maybe it was a forced retirement or something,
Mhm.
that they're going to try to change things up in in all the different things, political stuff in the WWE. As for the product, I don't think it's going to really change it. I think that sports entertainment is what it is. I mean, I'm a fan of pro wrestling, not so much sports entertainment, but I don't think it's going to change the product at all. But yeah, it was shocking for sure.
Yeah, yeah, Sir Pesci saying, yeah, our chairman has stepped down. Yeah, man, it's crazy because, like you said, Pook, I thought he'd be out there on on camera in the ring and just die of a heart attack or some shit.
Right,
You
right.
know, his heart would fucking explode and he would just fall out. You know, that's how I thought he was gonna go out.
But real quick on WWE corporate, he gave this big statement. It's more corporate speak on the WWE corporate side, but on his Twitter, it's not so much. He's kind of just putting the company over. So
Yeah, it's the standard. At 77, it's about time I retire. Now, then, forever, together. Little tagline at the bottom, and that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. So while you're commenting, PK, what do you think about it? Like, what's your take on the whole entire thing?
I think it's nuts. It's going to take a while to sink in. Like, none of us in our lifetime have known wrestling without Vince McMahon at the helm of the biggest company, and it's going to take a while. I'm cautious because this whole co-CEO thing. There's no one vision. You've got Nick Khan, who is the one who's been getting blamed for a lot of this cost cutting and all the releases and all the unhappiness with people. And then you got Stephanie, who, even when she got made interim CEO, there was a lot of people just going, "Oh, it's just a placeholder. Vince will be back," but now he's not going to be back. where do things go? So it's going to be really interesting how things pan out. I did have to giggle at Tony Khan's tweet. He said, "Thank you. I'm now the longest reigning CEO of a major wrestling company," which I did have to giggle about. I thought, "Fucking hell, Tony," but I'd say, I'll be honest, like, I haven't really watched the WWE product properly in a long time. I watched Hell in a Cell because I saw the stuff about Cody and Seth and that ridiculous injury in that match. So I watched that pay-per-view. But I've been an AEW guy for a while now. Hopefully the change is good, though. I think they've also announced that Triple H is back as head of talent, EVP of talent relations. So fingers crossed that'll keep people happier, because there's been people who weren't happy with Laurinaitis who were even less happy with Pritchard coming in.
Right.
When Laurinaitis was kind of pushed to the side in disgrace. So fingers crossed that'll be an improvement, especially for the talent who work there, to try and give them a bit more stability.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go on to chat real quick. Ariel's like, Gonzo! And he's like, "What up, mermaid?" That's my fake watered down
That's your console voice.
Batman or Wolverine voice, a '90s Wolverine voice. Been heavy back into the '90s cartoon for X-Men. So I've been going
When and where?
I go where I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Pesci's like, "Hey, Ariel." Let me see. And Gonzo says, "I'm picking 7 months on the VKM funeral pool." Damn, dude.
There is
Damn,
He's
people
right,
that,
though.
without a job or without something to do.
Without purpose. He's got no purpose now. What's his purpose other than to die? I mean, I know it's screwed up, but I mean,
Work out till he's bigger than Brock Lesnar or die, one or the other.
yeah, like,
Oh man, he's like, "Just die, dude. Just fuck you, dude. Just
You
die."
ready to go?
That's messed
like
up.
at this point, it's the only thing he can do to get attention anymore at this point. So I mean,
Right.
he's done everything else. What else can he do other than pass away? You
Right.
know?
And
I don't know.
Jonathan,
It's still an end of an era to me,
Yeah.
because it's like
Yeah, it
we
is.
all grew up with Vince. On this call, we all grew up with Vince. It's always been Vince, hasn't it? And I'm pretty sure people in the chat as well. It's always been Vince.
Let
I've
me
never,
tell you, when
never seen anyone. Sorry, go ahead.
he's probably got some clause when he passes away that his embalmed body will be in like a case, like at ringside at whatever year of WrestleMania that is. So that like everybody has to like attend his funeral. They'll make his funeral part of the WrestleMania process. These 16-hour long WrestleManias they're doing now.
His body will be encased in one of those tacky gold statues they've been creating for the people who passed away, but he'll be actually inside the statue.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Vince McMahon Battle Royal.
Wow. Now he'll have some Mortal Kombat Tommy Dogu blood daggers, and there'll be several copies of Vince that come out and fight to the death. So that's the way he'll get some more attention.
I think he'll.
So
I think he'll go full cyborg. You know?
No, yeah, exactly. He'll do a hologram. He's gonna do a hologram. shit.
Yeah.
oh, he'll be a Tupac.
You know, he was looking into
die,
that.
damn it.
Or just go to Walt Disney Roost and try and cryogenically freeze yourself until you come in immortality.
You know, he was looking into that in terms of like when they did the Tupac thing about like getting the rights to like bring dead wrestlers in as holograms. So it really wouldn't surprise me.
Oh,
That's
my
horrible.
goodness.
Well, like you're gonna. He's gonna do a Futurama. He's gonna be a head in a jar, and he's still gonna be running things like 200 years from now.
Oh hell no. Oh my
shit.
goodness. That's terrible. My son says his show just started. I'm already excited. Well, thank you for your enthusiasm, but once again, what do you want? I ain't giving you no money. Gonzo says his whole life is wrestling. I don't see him enjoying retirement. Yeah, because I mean, we see it all the time in sports like football and stuff like that. They can't stay away. They either roam the sidelines as a coach or they get in the booth or whatever. So yeah.
I just had a terrible thought. I just had a terrible thought in my brain. If he's retired, that man's gonna try to run for president in 24, and we are just not ready for that.
Oh
We are
my
just
Can you
not ready
imagine
for that.
Holy.
Can you imagine him on the like? He would run.
shit.
You realize he would run as a Republican just so he could yell at Trump. This man shaved my head. Damn it! I want revenge. You son of a bitch.
What if he runs against the Rock? What kind of
Oh,
fucking world will that be?
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
Oh,
I said
my
it's gonna get
goodness.
full idiocracy. We're gonna have like the Rock versus Kane in an election when you're like 100 years, 10 years from now.
No,
I
Kane
listened
will
to
say
Jim-
something
sorry.
on Twitter and fuck it up for himself in the first 5 minutes.
We
I
got
want him in a debate just because I want to see like them like do a debate, but it turns red and has the organ music and pyro. Like at this point, our debates in the U.S. just look like wrestling anyway. Might as well go full swing with it. Have Kane like tie some jumper cables to someone's testicles on the fucking stage, please.
hell no. Mountain Timer chimes in, another affiliate of the PWO. Thank you, Mountain Timer, for coming out. He says Vince McMahon retiring isn't news. What happens to the WWE in the next 5 years is. Eh, it's debatable because it does change the landscape. Because now there are people like, well, okay, just assuming that this is real, because this hell with how Vince could be an asshole. This might be a big ass work or something. But if it is real,
Could be.
if it is real, there are going to be people inside the corporation vying for power, and it's going to shake up the WWE worse than it unfortunately it's already now. So it is news because it is groundbreaking and it is game changing.
Well,
But
Yeah,
but
they
like you
were
said,
looking
though,
to sell it. They were looking to
I mean,
sell it, right?
But you know, I mean, here's the other thing about it. Can we not pretend that the other people that are heads of this company haven't sucked some dick or fucked somebody they're not supposed to? I mean, whether it's Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, you know that everybody's been getting their privates played with by talent for years. I mean, let's be
privates
honest.
played with. Oh my
Hell
goodness.
yeah.
As I was saying, Obi, stop interrupting me. Um, but you know, it does change the landscape of the wrestling business. And like I was saying, you know, there and like what you know what Riv just said too, there are going to be people vying for power. So it's definitely going to be worse before it gets worse, and then back to hopefully better at some point.
It's going to be Game of Thrones with headlocks. That's essentially what we're going to see.
Game of Thrones with a headlock. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gonzo says Vince will show Trump how it's really done. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, can you
You're
see him
fired.
doing the Vince McMahon strut up to the White House, you know? Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd vote for Vince.
Pesci says Ric Flair is back, baby.
Woo!
You know what? That would probably be the only reason why I would actually vote for the first time. If Ric Flair ran for president, I would do it just to see what crazy dumbass shit he would fucking do.
He punched himself in the head and bust himself open on his inauguration speech.
Right.
And
Tips
then
over
elbow drop his fucking jacket.
No, he'll
It's
push
got to
on
be
the
weird
podium,
for Vince.
then
Though.
elbow drop the podium.
It's got to be weird for Vince
Uh,
though, because like I listen to Jim Cornette and he you know he's got so many Vince McMahon, so he's always working. Like most of the day, he's always working. So can you imagine like just going from that, not from working all the time with with a pencil on your ear, and just like not working? That's got to be crazy to me.
mm.
Yeah, because he hasn't even got the XFL anymore because he sold that. So
Yeah.
Ariel says from chat, did we see Mike's comment? I did not see it.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry.
Oh, we did this in
I
a
can't believe we
comment.
spent all this time talking about McMahon, Vince McMahon. Anyway.
Well, that's not come. I really didn't want to talk about it too much, but Obi, you were like a crackhead. Like, come on, man, let's talk about Vince, man. Let's talk about Vince.
Give us
Come
money.
on, man.
it was either this or the scalping situation.
Give us that McMahon talk. I need that McMahon talk.
You need to have McMahon talk. All right,
I don't
Pesci
know.
says,
I see him
when
as
in
my
doubt,
granddad. We've grown
Pesci
up
says,
with
when
this
in
guy.
doubt, call one of the Flairs. Right? Woo!
Woo!
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna since we rebeat the dead horse, because technically Vince is already dead. He's just running on fumes at this point. I want to read a comment that Tunes Brian from our Gilded server, and I want kind of get y'all take on it. He says, I keep seeing non gamers, usually female from our generation, saying when we were back in our day, the games weren't violent like today. All I can think of every time I hear that or see that type of comment is that because violence took place in the home, we took victories and defeats out on each other. We didn't need graphic violence in the game itself. It's kind of an odd question, but anybody that knows Tunes Brian, he's a very eclectic thinker. His musings are very eclectic and so semi crazy. But let's kind of break that one down. Like there was actually to me because like okay, violence in games these days it's just violence for sake of being violence. Back in the 90s it was something to shock people
Yeah.
and for people to release those inner demons that because I mean come on, all of us had a job at some point where they want to rip their coworker or their boss's head off like motherfucker, you say one more thing to me, you make me work overtime one more motherfucking day, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. And so we get a chance to do that in these games. But I think the violence in games these days, it takes on a different context. And what I mean by that is it's like it's the violence for sake of violence because our society is just so hyped up on violence. It's like if a game ain't you chopping five people heads off within 2 seconds, it's not fun. So, but there are indie games and stuff like that, and even Triple A's, to a point that they do it for the sake of storytelling, and that's fine. But just for the sake of violence, that's fine too. But just be sure you're looking at the right context of the games. Like Mortal Kombat, we all know why we love Mortal Kombat. Everybody wants to see somebody's spine get ripped out, chopped in half, and stuff like that. Because really, it's just a I'm not going to say a subpar fighting game. It's just meh. But the violence is what really puts that game apart from games like Street Fighter because they don't
Yeah.
do the whole gore thing. But I'll go ahead and start with you, Pook. What do you the very eclectic, enigmatic Tunes Brian?
The difference is with violence in games these days is that these days there's more adult gamers than kid gamers. Where back in the 90s with the Mortal Kombats and all that, there was more kid gamers than adult gamers. You know what I mean? Gaming is almost made for adults now. It's almost like our generation and the generation after us and stuff were like the majority of gamers now. I mean, yeah, kids play games, but I think the adult games are made for us adult gamers, because there's more adult. I read that somewhere like last year before. There's actually more adult gamers than kid gamers.
Well, it's just the same way, Pook, that Disney. I mean, somebody said something earlier today that I saw. It said Disney doesn't make stuff for kids anymore. They make stuff for 30-year-olds on Reddit.
Right.
I mean, they don't care about that market. I mean, they got us as kids. Now they don't need that market because we're all adults and they want our money.
Yeah.
They know kids ain't got no cash.
Right. Pesci says from the chat, good point, Pook. Yeah, man. That's why I love the compilation of people that I have on this show, because we got old school gamers, we got some from the partial new school that still got that old school knowledge because they were in that perfect storm of the late 80s and the 90s and beyond, and then we got people from across the pond with their different perspectives. So it's really cool and refreshing to have that type of stuff. And segueing into that, PK, what do you think about this whole situation that we're talking about right now?
Well, it's not like we've never had violent games even back then. It was just more shocking. Like, I remember I was 11 the first time I played Doom, and I'm coming up on 40 next year. It's not like violent games weren't a thing. It wasn't just like some Mortal Kombat. You had Doom, you had Splatterhouse on the turbo, on like the TurboGrafx. Yeah, and so you had games that tried to push that envelope a little bit, but you almost as well, gaming back in the day almost felt like it was a little bit little bit like the comics code with comics, like, oh, you can't make comics too violent. There was almost like that unwritten understanding of video games. Oh, we can't really push it too far because we're trying to appeal to this certain audience. But there was a very good point. That certain audience now is our age. We're the ones who've been playing games. Kids will grab onto a game, but it will be normally because of an art style thing or because all the friends are playing it. If you look at the most popular games with the younger audience now, it's stuff like Fortnite and Roblox and things like that, where they can just jump in and collaborate with the friends, and it's a great place to be in the world. But now the likes of God of War and Mortal Kombat and the games that are just dial that violence up, it's points to us anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Obi, real quick, go ahead and give your take on it too, sir.
Well, everyone stole my points, so
I have
because because everyone so Splatterhouse was mentioned and MK. So, but I mean, no, it's always been around, probably even before Splatterhouse, right? But I mean, to give you an idea, the UK hated violence back during the TMNT because they changed what is it? They changed it to Hero, right? Instead of
Yeah,
Ninja
Teenage
over here.
Hero Turtles, because Ninjas was too
Yeah,
violent.
Mhm.
so the government over here hated the word ninja. So that was censorship right there for you. But I think MK kind of started it for me. It was like, well, to me it was just funny. It was funny violence back then. It wasn't nothing serious, but now it seems more serious.
Yeah.
But Pook's right though. We're all everyone's adults now playing these games, and
Yeah.
we got the money. Now they got free to play games like Fortnite, which was mentioned.
Mhm.
But yeah, everyone stole my point, so I got nothing.
I think
I gotta
one
sit
final
here like a
point for me.
jackass. Huh?
One final point for me is like it's the whole games as art thing now as well. Like as soon as you had stuff like the Walking Dead game from Telltale hit it big, and it had a really strong narrative with good performances, and it appealed to again people who wanted to follow a good story. Then that can become more violent because of the subject matter and because you're trying to tell a true narrative that to hook people in, and a shocking death or something like that
Mhm.
is a great way to do that.
Yeah, yeah. But what I truly think is about the whole UK wanting to change the TNT to the heroes, and because I have some insider information about this. Um if I don't show up next week for the show, you know what happened to me.
The
But
UK government got you.
they changed the name because they felt really uncomfortable because it was too close to the N word. That's what it was. It's
Yeah,
like, man, somebody gonna fuck up and slip up. They don't get their ass kicked. That's
speaking of that hero thing though, that they changed it. I mean, I wonder how much that cost them because they obviously had to produce different packaging for us just to have that hero in there. So I wonder how
Yeah.
much that cost them because it's more universal now. Obviously, times have changed, but
yeah.
I mean that must have cost them a lot. I mean, I don't know
Well,
who the
well,
copyright
obviously it
holders
did
were then.
because if you remember back when that happened in the UK, did you notice a spike in how much the turtles were being pushed? I mean, they started being in more comic books. It's like you said, there was more variants of the turtles. Like you had this type of style, then this type of style, and then they had a limited type of style. Before then, that really came around. So yeah, obviously that was a big money sink of what they did. Trying to get that change. But hey, it is what it is. So let me catch up with the chat here. Pesci says Disney is poison, and then
I agree.
my son agrees that it is. Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
It is.
Disney is cancer. I mean,
yes,
I go
absolutely.
off on it, weekly. I feel like I'm blasting it and telling people, don't give a company that hates you any of your money if you can help it. Yeah.
Right.
They
Yep.
own everything now. They're going to own the WWE at some point.
Well, they almost did. I heard that Disney was looking into it at some point last year. Yeah, just as a side note for you guys who didn't hear this, they're talking about getting rid of the name X-Men because it's problematic and renaming them the Mutants.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
So that's Disney for you guys. I mean, one of the most marketable comic book names of our lifetimes. Well, it's problematic because it has the word men in it. Yeah. You know?
And X.
And always remember, Mickey Mouse is a rat. Any rodent that big is a rat.
Oh hell no! He right though. Because Mickey Mouse, that's a big ass motherfucker. He's a big ass motherfucker. He's a rat. Yeah, she's a rat.
Yeah, she.
Pesci says, "Last of Us." Yeah, and see, that's what people like. That's what we crave, like us older gamers. Like, yeah, sure, we like to play the cutesy, artsy, fartsy games from time to time, but we crave that adult, like life and death situations because, well, I mean, hell, Riv living in Atlanta, that's a life or death situation every day for him. But with society as it is now, it's like that saying, art begets life, but it's even getting that line is becoming even more blurred. Like things you see in video games are actually based off things that people are seeing in real life. So it's like, yeah, it's a video game, but it's really a reflection of what our society is today, and that's kind of scary. But hopefully, with us educated few, people here on the panel, people in the chat, smart people out there in the ether, hopefully we can start to mitigate the damage because it sure in the hell ain't gonna stop it. But hopefully we can mitigate the damage. Going to chat again. Ariel's like, happy Friday. Hell yeah, Friday. The weekend is finally here. So hey, shout out to people that finally made it through a crappy hot ass week. I know there's a lot of factory workers out there or company people that had to go in and out of cool ass buildings with AC and then get their ass blistered when they're just walking to their damn car and then getting their ass fried when they were sitting on the seats. Hopefully y'all didn't have no leather seating.
I know my truck is a woman because the air conditioning only works when it wants to work. So it's like, maybe I'll give you a little air conditioning today. Nah, maybe not today. I'm not in the mood, honey. I'm not going to give you no air conditioning. You're just going to die in here. I'm mad at you. You didn't give me premium today because you're broke.
Premium. He said premium. You give that premium gas.
Oh,
yeah, you didn't spoil me today, so you're not getting any air conditioning.
Hell no. You crazy, bro. Back to the chat again. AJ Bernard says, yep, Disney is absolutely poor. Yes.
God, it gives me life to see so many people actually agree on this on Disney because, man, I've been trying to preach the gospel to John for a while. I mean, my boy, my co-host on my show, man, I had to have an intervention for him the week before we started this show. I literally pulled out a sheet of paper and read an intervention to him because I told him that if he kept going to these Disney movies, that his wife was going to leave him to get cucked on the couch. I'm like, you keep doing this. You literally gave your money to see Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm worried for your well-being.
I mean, look what they've done to Star Wars. Sorry, but I just gotta say that. Come on,
that just gave me a headache despite that comment. Man.
Just a quick side of what Obi said. I just saw a picture today of Daisy Ridley, and I guess she cut her hair like a man. And she got Daisy Ridley, I guess, from the new Star Wars movies, cut her hair like a boy. And I'm like, why does she look like Gary from the Fallout games? Like, I saw her picture, I was like, like her picture looked at me, and the first thing that popped in my head was, Gary. Gary! Like, I'm like, damn. Something wrong with this bitch.
But we still have our hardcore Disney fans. Ariel says, sorry, still a Disney fan. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the products if you look at them in the right context. Like, if you look at them specifically at, hey, this is just entertainment. But if you start looking into the actual nuances of it, there's a lot of political bullshit that's put in there, a lot of
Mhm.
spiritual bullshit that's in there. So then when you start looking at that, you start going down that rabbit hole, and then the rabbit
Yeah.
hole spirals out of control. That's what
Yeah.
we're talking about, Ariel. Because
Yeah.
like, hey, who doesn't love like Aristocats and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because that shit was some goofy, funny shit. But
The
if you start
classics were
looking,
great.
right, right. But if you start looking at the stuff of today and look at it from an adult pair of eyes, you start seeing like, damn, I let my kid watch this shit. Hold on, hold on. I gotta start screening this shit before I let somebody watch it.
It's
Let my
like that.
kids watch it.
It's like that meme picture of the Vault Boy that's like, hold up, with him like all bent and over here. That's how I get every time I hear about a new Disney show these days. Hold
Yeah,
up.
right. Hold up. And going back to what we were talking about the free to play games, it's like it's I mean, I understand there is a place for the free to play games, but the lack of content and my son says Minecraft is just a bunch of farts. And I mean I agree because I've never been a Minecraft fan, but I can definitely see the allure to it. Because I mean you get to go around, build your own world, all because like if you just type in Minecraft housing or monuments or whatever, you just see a ton of all this stuff that these people made. And I mean it's like, man, I wish that shit could be in real life. So I I
Right.
do
Yeah.
I do see both sides definitely. Gonzo says back to the WWE, we can't get away from it. Anyone who
Oh,
thinks WWE will change, Vince is still the single biggest stockholder in the company.
And
I
he
was
who has
gonna
the
bring that
biggest,
up. Yep.
he who holds the
Sorry, go.
biggest stock has the biggest cock. That's how Vince looks at it. That's how Vince looks at it.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
John says, don't ruin my childhood. Mickey Mouse is awesome. Hey, sorry, we just got to be real. See, we are here to speak the truth. It may be a twisted version of the truth, but it's still the truth nonetheless.
That's right.
Cause we crazy. Yes. Jonathan, the kids are not supposed to play Grand Theft Auto, but
Oh,
still they still
absolutely.
do. They still do because of society and how it is. Like
Mhm.
the lines have blurred between parent
Yeah.
and child. Like you see parents shit out cussing their kids,
The
cussing
kid,
their parents out like they some niggas on the street. It's like
yeah.
now
My-
when we did that stuff when we was kids, man, we got our head slapped off.
You got beat
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
shoe. You got beat with a shoe if you did that in our day. But like
Right,
it's
VHS
funny
tape.
though because I remember when I used to work at
right.
Toys R Us and GTA San Andreas came out, and I remember telling the guy, and he was picking up the game for his kid. I'm like, "How old is your kid?" And he's like, "Oh, he's 12." I'm like, "I'm required to tell you that this has prostitution, this has felonies, this has violence." Blah, blah. He's like, "I don't care. It's for my kid. Give me the game, right?" I
Right.
said, "You realize once you open this, you cannot return it, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, just give me the game." No less than an hour later, this motherfucker was at the customer service desk. And he's like, he's got the receipt, he's got the game open. And I'm like, "I told you, once you open the game, it's yours." And he's like, "It's too violent for my kid. What can I do with it?" I said, "Well, you're old enough to play it." And that's how I
You
left it. I
play
walked away.
There you go.
I walked
Hell
away.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, like I
Huh?
said, truth hurts. Like that song, "Love Hurts." Well, truth
True.
hurts.
Yeah.
Going
So,
back to chat again. Connor Clubhouse says, "Hi, what's up? One of the new followers of the channel, man. Appreciate you coming out
so
and supporting the stream. Thank you very much. Along with also Mr. Bernard. He says Minecraft is huge in autistic community as well. The simplicity of it is very easy on the kids like that. My son is autistic and has been playing Minecraft for several years. Now, see, that's a person, that's a father that's using the video games for a decent,
Purpose.
purpose.
Yeah.
Because
That's
yeah.
awesome.
we all got our triggers and things that make us be, or that make us off or weird, you know. But when you do find something that can alleviate the stresses and the triggers of somebody. Well, like I read a report, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago about Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of nonprofit organizations that deal with autistic children, they actually have them start to play Dungeons and Dragons because it encourages social interaction and also, well, math. but don't expose them to first edition because their heads will probably explode. But the like fourth edition and fifth edition, they have the mechanics that are a lot easier to grab on, and like I said, it encourages social interaction because when you got several people that are either nonverbal or barely verbal, it kind of unlocks. It's like, okay, I don't have to be myself, I can be somebody else, and it starts to break down those barriers. So thank you, Mr. Bernard, for that. That was a very profound thing you just said. Thank you for that. And
You know what?
shout out. Well, go ahead, Riff.
Oh, you know what I was going to say about the violence in video games thing that Brian brought up, though? How it sort of changed and people are like, oh, these games are too violent. It's weird because the people saying that have never picked up a game to really understand the nuance behind it, because these games don't glorify violence in a lot of cases. In some cases, they're condemning it. How many games have we played where it's discouraged to kill? You can kill, but they tell you, to get the best rating, don't kill anybody. Like games like Tenchu, where it's like you actually lose points for going the bloodbath route. Your job is to go in there and do it as bloodlessly as possible. So I mean, in some way, it bothers me that these people don't realize the nuance of what's going on. And also, the fact is, it's an outlet. You know what? If I got to choose between somebody killing people on Grand Theft Auto or going on a mass shooting out in the real world, I'd rather them kill people on Grand Theft Auto and get it out their system.
Another good example of that is the Dishonored games.
Yeah.
If you go around killing everyone in Dishonored, there's more rats in the streets because the plague is spreading because you're killing more people. So the rats start attacking you more, and it actually makes the game harder.
Yeah.
Because you've got to try and contend with all these rats as well. So again, it encourages you to be stealthy, to be take the non-lethal route through the game.
I mean, that's like telling a crackhead not to steal.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Sorry, Odie, go ahead.
It does make me wonder, though. I mean, without Mortal Kombat, we may not have a ESRB. It kind of makes you wonder if Mortal Kombat was just normal, just a straight up fighting game, because it was because of them an ESRB was made, right? So makes you wonder.
Really? It was that Tipper Gore. It was that Tipper Gore bitch, because she blamed like Mortal Kombat, Night Trap, and a few other games, and she was just on a roll because she did it with music, and then she went to video games with it.
Hillary was a part of that shit too. That's one reason that bitch lost like she did. Because I remember when she wanted to put a 30% tax on all this stuff so that we couldn't afford the damn shit. I'm like, bitch, you out your mind. I will make sure that this bitch never. I said it then. I was like a 16-year-old. I'm like, I will make sure this bitch never wins a fucking public office ever again. And sure enough, bitch, you lost. You try to come out.
If something happens in the States, if it happens over there, obviously it's like a viral effect, or it's gonna happen over here. It's gonna happen to the rest of Europe. So
and the world leaders over in the rest of the world do try to overcompensate once it happens here. If you all remember, the South Park game is heavily censored in Europe and in Australia, and I think Trey and Matt sarcastically put a caption of everything that you missed on there and said, because your leaders are assholes, here's what happened just now in this scene, or something like that. It's like a still shot, and it just has all the text of everything that was cut out from the game.
In Australia, straight up, they just banned, I think it was Mortal Kombat 9 and one of the GTAs. They just straight up banned them.
Wow.
It's illegal
really bad
to
for
own
that.
them.
Germany's really bad for that as well.
Yeah,
banning and censoring games.
Yeah, going back to chat real quick. Gonzo says WWE is all I got, man. I bring nothing to the gamer talk. Hey, dude, that's fine. The simple fact that you're here, that's what really counts, man. Supporting us and all of our crazy endeavors. Yeah, man, that's all we ask, man. We don't ask for you to, read up an encyclopedia of old games and spit out a whole bunch of knowledge. That would be cool, though. It would be cool, but it's not required. Just you being here supporting us. That's what really matters, sir. So thank you for still supporting me, even though you may feel out of sorts a little bit. No, man, that's all love here, bro. And Mr.
Sorry.
Mr. Bernard was saying, hey, Ninja, are you still playing D&D? I got a home D&D game that's been going on for a couple of months back, and it's the best night of the month. Yes, I'm running a campaign that's been going on since March of this year. Um, been a couple of hiatuses here and there. So the guys are level 6, and they're about ready to fight a boss that could possibly TPK them if they're not careful. So no, I'm playing. No, I'm not. I'm not that type of game master. You know it. If they die, they die because they did something stupid, not because I'm trying to kill them. But yeah, definitely enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. I've been on and off a dungeon master for over 25 years. So I've ran D&D, Pathfinder, Rifts, Shadowrun, all that stuff. So yeah, D&D and the TT RPGs are definitely a big part of my life. So yeah. Let me see. Going on. God, so my kids learn how to cuss from GTA. You know what? You are not the first, nor will you be the last person to say that.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, let me see. John laughed at the comment about leather seats. And oh, here we go. Black Ghost Brandon. He said, "I'm here. COVID sucks. Recovering better than my wife." Man, dude, that's cool, man. Thank you for coming out. And dude, you didn't have to do that, man. You try to get well and take care of the
Yeah.
wifey, bro. But
Yeah.
truly appreciate you, making the effort to come out and support us. Truly appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's
Yep.
serious. It's
Get well
serious shit.
soon.
I remember when I had it, I didn't want to leave bed for like, I was like, forget about it. I try to leave bed. It's like, no, it's like the shit knocked me back down. You know?
Right.
It
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to people in the chat. Shout out to people that's fighting COVID. Fighting for their lives in some cases because I have a personal case in the whole COVID thing. My wife's best friend, she died from COVID just middle part of last year, and you know what? She still ain't the same because, like I said, that was her best friend, and
yeah.
Yep.
since she was a friend of hers, she was also a friend of mine. So it hurt,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah.
Especially somebody who's so young to go like that to this damn
Mhm.
disease. People got to listen up. I ain't gonna say the W word because a Riv might get triggered. But
Mhm.
people got to realize this shit is fucking real. This is no fucking joke. This shit kills people. So you got to realize around your surroundings and just be careful and just quit being stupid about it. I mean, yes, I know.
We on this call, we all know someone
Obi,
who got it. Sorry.
Obi, you'll get your chances. Calm down.
I thought you were finished. So
You know,
sorry.
yeah, this stuff kills people, so people just got to be cautious of not only themselves but each other too, because this shit is fucking serious. Okay, Obi, go ahead, man.
No, real quick. We all know someone who got it as well. My mum actually had it. Yeah, like you said, it's no joke. And also, GBL's got it. Someone else we know.
Wow.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Wow. That's
shout
rough.
out to you. I don't know if
Yeah,
he's listening to this, but yeah, I hope you get better soon, bro.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
The,
Yeah,
I had it at the start of the year, and it was probably that was the roughest week of damn anything. I mean, I can't remember anything else hit me as hard as that as far as sickness goes. Because I'm one of those stubborn people. Everything else that hits me, I can keep going. This hit me, it knocked me on my ass for like 5 days. You know what I'm saying? And then even like there was those lingering sort of, even when it's gone, it's like your strength is still very low for I'd
yes,
say about that 5 to 7 days afterwards. You're
yes.
you don't have it, but you're fatigued. Like it took something out of you to the point it's like you're doing anything to try to keep your energy going after that point. And my girlfriend went through it last month actually, and went through the same thing. Where it's brutal. It's brutal. It's
Yeah,
not fun.
some people have long COVID too
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
well.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I got it, and even after 2 vaccinations and a booster, I still got it. Luckily enough, I didn't. It took it out of me, but I was well enough. I could still work from home, but I had 2 or 3 weeks of just not being right at all.
yeah, yep,
Um,
yep. Same thing with my wife. She had the COVID shot, and I believe she had a booster, and she got COVID not once but twice so
Shit.
far. Yeah. Yeah, fucking crazy. Going back to chat real quick again, Gonzo. I'm totally good as long as there's some random nonsense being said. Well, this is
Oh,
this
we've
is
got
the
you covered
realm, right? We got you covered. This is the realm of
there.
random nonsense. So
Yeah,
you
Yes,
you
sir.
should definitely feel at home
we
here.
a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. You know,
Right.
don't even get me
Yeah.
started on the fact that me and Obi like literally took the brain of Dan the Cannon like and just turned it into fondue. You know.
Yeah,
He
that was some
rage
good
quit the
times.
internet.
Right. Right. Right.
He's in a shedding Guam. He'll never be heard from again.
Going to chat. Mr. Bernard says, "Nice. I was a guest on your channel a few years ago. I met you in Fancy Grounds College. Oh, okay. Glad to see you streaming again, dude. Thank you, man. Man, wow. See, gaming and role playing games bridge gaps that never go away. We said that what first show or second show. Gaming bridges gaps that don't go away, man. Well, Mr. Bernard,
Absolutely.
thank you, man, dude. That makes me feel good. That's why I want to do this, and I believe, I'm not going to speak for my co-host, but you know, this is why I do what I do. Just to talk about gaming, act a fool, be cool, just talk a little bit of shit, and then just have some fun. So, shout out to Mr. Bernard, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's great.
Shout out to the four people on YouTube, the one lonely person on Twitch. I believe that's my boy, my IRL friend, Excelsior 24. Excelsior, if that is you, dude, I truly appreciate your support. So thank you for coming out and supporting the stream. And another friend of mine, Keith Hershey Jr. He says hi. He's another dungeon master that I met through playing games on Fantasy Grounds. He's a great dungeon master, and also he's a great dude. So like, if you guys are into D&D or stuff like that, if I can remember in the notes of the show, I will put in his Discord channel so you can go connect with him and play some D&D. Yeah, he runs some awesome ass games. All right. So thank you, Mr. Hershey. I definitely appreciate you coming out. And my son says, raise your hand if you lived in Nigeria because of the heat. Like, hell no. That's why motherfuckers come over here. They want to get away from that damn
Yeah,
heat.
yeah,
No,
raise
I
your hand
thought
if you thought you lived in. I was
no,
like,
no.
hell yeah, I thought I lived in Nigeria because
Oh,
No, I
okay.
thought-
Okay.
I thought I lived in Nigeria because all the scammers on like different things like Telegram and Words with Friends sending me messages. They'd be like,
Kenny boy.
Yeah. Hello, how are you doing today? I'm like, okay, let me tell you something. The 22-year-old model that I know I've seen on Pornhub ain't going to be messaging me, hello, how are you doing today? What do you want? What do you want?
Oh, shit. Hell no. Oh, my goodness. Ray, you're fucking nuts, bro.
I'd be like, you're in Warri, Nigeria. Like, how did you know that? I'm like, this ain't my first rodeo. And it's the thing is, since they're running, see, this is a beautiful thing. I just want to throw a pro tip out for all y'all. If somebody tries to scam you on the internet, since they're breaking the law, you're not breaking the law when you say some crazy shit back at them. So I told this dude, I said, I'm going to come to Warri. I'm going to find you and put 2 in your chest. They'll never find the body.
Damn. Damn.
He ran for it. He ran for it. These dudes freak out, and it's fun because what are they gonna do? Call the cops? Hey, I was trying to rip some motherfucker off some Bitcoin, and and he threatened to put 2 in my chest. Now, the way I see it, they come at me. I love it. It's open season. I'm like, it's open season, baby. I can say whatever I want to you guys. You came to the wrong one.
Hey, if anyone wants a good laugh though, go on YouTube and type in those scam callers. You can get some funny shit. There's one guy, and you probably know him, Riv. That guy with the sunglasses that does all the voices and shit.
Yeah.
Trolling the scammers. It's so funny. It is so funny, dude.
I sent one a picture of naked Shrek, and I think that dude still hasn't recovered.
Naked Shrek. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Jonathan said scammers would be like, would you like to pay $20 for a fart?
They do.
Those women streamers.
Man, dude.
They
sorry.
be selling bath water and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I can't even stand my own farts. I sure in the hell don't want nobody else's farts. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Even though I've still been too lazy to do it, I do want to promote EV Mux. This is the program that we're using, even though we had quite a few faux pas here and there. Still trying to learn how to use it. If you look anywhere, I challenge you to look at any cloud serving streaming service for live streams and see anything that outshows EVMux. They give you a lot more online storage. They give you a lot more options, and their pay entry is pretty decent. And also, if you would like to support us on this show, I do have an affiliate link. So if you would click that, that will be in the show notes on YouTube to help us out. There's also a donation. Like I said, it just helps us out, getting better gear, um, getting better equipment, maybe a green screen so you don't see all this crazy ass shit behind me and my son running back and forth. But most importantly, we like Twinkies. All of us like Twinkies, so we would like to have Twinkies also. So those those donations would definitely go a long way in getting, better gear, equipment for the show, and Twinkies. So anything you can donate or whatever, it would be appreciated. But you do not have to, because we know a lot of people that try to either guilt trip you into donating money. Dirty bowling, dirty cannon. Those type of people, we don't associate with those people. If you feel like donating because you like the content that we provide you, the random nonsense and the stupidity that comes out of our faces, that's why you should donate, not because you feel like you have to. So yeah, definitely check out Evie Mux. The link will be in the show notes below on the YouTube. All
Yeah, I've
right.
got a big bill coming up next week.
Oh, shut
Although
up.
I'm just joking.
No, I knew you would. I knew you would. Man, I got this house payment, bro. Man, this car note ain't looking good right now.
I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I said it last week, man. There's so many people who do this.
It's your way
Brandon
of
Center,
saying,
don't come get this lazy boy.
it's your way of saying, hey, good job, Dan. Let me buy you a beer. I don't even buy myself a beer, you bastard.
Okay, so once again, hopefully we don't have no full pause this time. This is what y'all really came to hear. Hopefully,
Oh boy.
here comes Riv's rant. So let me go ahead and get this prepped up. Yeah, hopefully this shit will play. So Riv, go ahead and
All
take it
right.
over.
So first of all, I just want to throw this out there, and usually you'd be able to see me, but you can't. Thanks a lot, Windows. Thanks a lot, Windows, because every problem we have, let's face it, it's Bill Gates' simp ass, for starters, all right? Every technical difficulty, every tech fail, the fact you can't see my face, the fact my shit was censored on the last show, that's Bill Gates. That ugly little turtle-looking man. He just mad that they killed him in the South Park movie back in '98. And, everything that comes out of Microsoft, that's from him. Except for Xbox, I think that was an accident. Just to the Xbox. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. I want to talk. Last time I wanted to talk about how video games didn't need an easy mode. If the game was hard, that's just how it was. I'm not going to go on that. That's gone to the mist of time. What I'm going to talk about is games that are too damn short. What I mean by that is this. I spend my hard-earned money buying a game, and the last thing I want is a game that only lasts 10 hours. I'm looking at you, Square Enix. Remember when Bouncer came out on PS2? That game was like 5 minutes long. If my dump takes longer than playing your game, you have failed, you have done something wrong. And so I talked about Stray earlier. I like Stray. It was kind of a cute game. But it's also only like 8 hours freaking long. Are you kidding me right now? You're coming out with a new game in 2022, and all you can give me is 8 hours? Man, I got 300 hours on Skyrim. That shit looks like community service. You couldn't do that? You couldn't do that for me in this game this one time? Come on now. And we all know the reason why they're making these short games, and games are getting shorter instead of longer. It's so that these greedy bastards can sell us some DLC and say, oh, hey, now you want some more of our game? Here, give us another $30. Give us another $30. Next thing you know, they're going to turn you upside down, empty your pockets, and when they're done doing that, they're going to bend you over like the maid in Death Wish 2. How about you just give me a full-ass game for $69.99 and call it a day? That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. But I guess that's too much to ask from these greedy assholes that develop video games in 2022. All right. And I'm done.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're back. Oh my goodness. I hope that went through, because that was some awesome shit right there.
Man, 8 hours? 8 hours? Come on. Come on. That is.
He said community service. That shit got me.
AJ has called me a noob for my 300 hours in Skyrim.
It's 11 years later. I was playing Skyrim today.
Well, I mean, if you count all the remakes of Skyrim, I'm sure I'm like at way more hours. This thing has been out on my Xbox 360, my PS4. I have it on Steam. They gave me the high definition on Steam after I had the regular edition for free. That shit is on the smartphones, TVs, in-house, out-house, upside-down house, Ronald McDonald house. They've got Skyrim installed everywhere. They've got it to the point you go to sleep and you wake up. It's like, you're finally awake. Fuck!
And I gotta say,
I'm not sure,
Sorry.
but I think when we die, we don't go to heaven or hell. We go to Skyrim. That's what's gonna happen. They have
Skyrim.
they put that shit everywhere.
Oh shit, Rare, shut the hell up. Oh shit. Oh man.
They put that shit everywhere.
This is what,
Kill
like
me.
I said, right? Like I said, this is what y'all came to see in here, man. Rev just fucking go off and just blow us top. I love it. I love it.
Oh shit.
My son says, "Sheesh, that dude crazy. He coming for everybody."
Nobody's safe.
And by the way, if you're offended by Skyrim, in the words of one of our longtime friends, MJR, fuck you and fuck your mama for having your soft ass.
And Mr. Bernard says, "Great stuff, guys. Thanks. This channel is fun." You know what? That's what we're all about, man. Having fun. And like Riv said earlier in one of the early episodes, we'll probably eventually get booted off here, but you know, we'll find other avenues to spread the joy of the craziness around the virus, we like to call it. So yeah, if you don't catch us on here, eventually we'll definitely reach out to everybody for another place that we'll show up at. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. People was talking and interacting. People were coming from various platforms. Truly is I'm humbled. I'm totally humbled because like you could be doing anything else right now. You could be taking a shit. You could be eating some dinner. You could be making marital stuff with your significant other or randos if you're on Tinder or whatever, but you choose to sit here and chill out with us for a tad bit over an hour. And
They might be multitasking. Some people be doing both.
right. Bernard said, "Just check them still in your Discord." Cool, man. Yeah. I don't really spend a whole lot of time on it that much. I run my games on another server, but yeah, man. If you ever want to chit chat or whatever, just reach out on Discord, and yeah, we can definitely chop it up. So yeah, always down to talk some nerdy stuff and Dungeons and Dragons. And my son says, "Oh my God, he coming for everybody. That's crazy." You gotta love it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just drop the other two topics. It's already over an hour. We're gonna go ahead and move over to our shout outs and plugs. So Obi, I'll go ahead and start with you, sir. Shout outs and plugs.
Just shout out to everyone in the chat room. Shout out to everyone here. I'm not gonna plug anything. I got nothing to plug. I don't do anything.
I don't do a motherfucking thing. All right,
It's Friday and I don't do shit.
because you ain't got shit to do.
That's right.
Right. Okay, going over to Pook Ninja, the PWO ambassador. What you got for us, man?
Yeah, shout out to PWO, Sir Joseph Pesci on YouTube. Check him out. Check the channel out. Get with the community if you like having fun, just like we do here. But it's like every day of the week, basically. Check us out. Shout out to hair plugs because I need them. Shout out to Dirty Butt Girls. Dirty Butt Girls, you know who you are. Shout out to the Dirty Butt Girls. And then check out my channel, Pook Ninja at YouTube, with wrestling, video games, and all that shit. Live chats just like this as well. Maybe a couple times a week, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. But check it out. Check it.
Check it. He said dirty butt girls. Oh my God.
Dirty
All
Butt
right.
Girls, they know who they are.
Oh man. Guns, are you a fool? Time travelers need not apply. Right.
That's right.
we don't do that mess here. We deal with reality. It's more things to do in reality. All right. Let's see. PK. Shout outs and plugs, sir.
Yeah, I've got my social medias, PKissock on Instagram, PKISSOCK, PK1up on Twitter. I'm play-by-play commentator for a small independent wrestling company here in the UK called This Is Wrestling. Facebook.com/This Is Wrestling PW. There's highlight videos up there. There's pictures from our last show. And our next show, if anyone is in the UK listening to us and would like to check us out, it's the 23rd of October in the Ormskirk Civic Hall in just outside of Liverpool. And it's going to be a blast. I can't wait for this show. It's the last one of the year. We're going to just send things off right. And
Nice.
final little plug, my wife works for a charity who work with children with cerebral palsy to try and help them get better mobility and just have a better life as they grow up. Starting off with kids as young as infants and all the way up to going to college. The company, the charity is called Stick and Step. The website is Stick and Step, so STICKNSTEP.org. Loads of good information on there. There's a donate button if people have got a couple of extra pounds to throw their way. They do great work, and so hopefully some point soon I'll be doing something for charity to try and help raise money for them. Obviously, as soon as I do, I'll let people know on here.
Awesome. My boy Easy Diggins, he said, "Hey, that's awesome, PK." So yeah, man, that's what we're all about here. We do talk a lot of shit, and some people may think that we're crazy, intimidating people, but we're not. We just love to talk shit, cut up, but we love to spread, positivity, love, and respect to people because the world is fucked up. If anybody hasn't noticed, the world is screwed up. So we need to just everybody just kick back, just chill out, grab a beer, grab a blunt, whatever you prefer, and just chill the hell out and have
Oh,
some fun. Talk to some
I've
people, make some new
noticed.
friends. Right, right. Diggins also said, I have two nephews that are in chairs, so that hits home for me. Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I want to do what I do, and my co-hosts want to do what they do. We want to. It's not. It's not some disease that people need to run away from. Like if you see somebody in a wheelchair, the first thing that comes to your mind shouldn't be, "Oh, look at that motherfucker in a wheelchair. He's a loser or she's a loser." It should be just like, "Hey, how can I help that person? How can I take my advantages that I have, like mobility, and maybe you got deep pockets. Help some people out. Just don't be a dick." Basically, just quit being an asshole. So yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to people in the chat, and then shout out to the people. I'm amazed because like other streamers would be like, man, 6 people on YouTube and one on Twitch. They'd be like, man, that's fucked up. I'm humbled because, like I said, y'all taking your time out. Like I said, if you don't stay here but a minute, you're still taking some time out to see our constant crazily ramblings, and definitely means a lot to us. And yes, just love y'all, respect. And so I'm gonna move over to the outro section
Oh,
here.
I forgot to do a shout out I wanted to do real quick. Shout out to WWE for now getting rid of the men's and women's division for Body 1 and Body 2 because they'll be going politically correct with Vince gone. So they're going to be like World of Warcraft. You're going to have that Body 1 and Body 2 division. We're going to go to Body 1 and Body 2. To be fair, they've had some guys in the WWE that could have fit Body 2 better than Body 1.
Oh my goodness, you crazy, bro.
I had to do it.
Dolph Ziggler's got some pretty hair.
Right. Easy Digging says we are all human, and that's what should matter. Absolutely. Yep. Despite our color, race, creed, sexuality, none of that stuff. Just as long as you ain't trying to shove that agenda down somebody's throat, you cool with us here at Fat Ninja Game Talk Radio. You cool with Pook, OB, Riv, PK. Well, Riv sometimes he turns to a grumpy old man, so sometimes he might cuss your ass out for no reason. But He'll apologize eventually, but yeah, Rib's a cool guy. That's why I always fuck with him. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and move over to the outro section, then we'll go ahead and get out of here. Once again, everybody, thank you very much for coming out and supporting the show, supporting what we do. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to people on the YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook platforms. We don't expect to make a lot of money from this. The rewards that we get is simply being able to spread some respect, love, and some some fucking nonsense to make people laugh. It's like, man, there's some people that actually act more of an idiot than I do. So it's just that's what we want to do. So once again, thank you thank you everybody for coming out, enjoying the stream, enjoying what we do, and all of our links are in the show notes on YouTube. So if you didn't catch it during the show, look in the show notes below. You'll find all of our links. Whenever Obi decides to get off his ass and do something, maybe he'll have something to link down below. Pook's link, one link is down there. PK's links are down there, and I think I'm going to have to get a extra wide angle lens to be able to see all of Rib's links. But they're there also. So we're out of here. I've been Fat Ninja, and when you least expected it, I just stole your sandwich. Later, folks.